BTS's Jin was seen looking down and wiping away tears in the middle of the concert after thousands of fans held up white signs reading, "We miss JK" in unison. The collective action, which took place in just a few seconds, managed to trigger an emotional reaction from the singer born in 1992. The question was raised, why one short sentence was able to stop the pace of the show and make a performer Jin class speechless, even shed tears. The concert, which took place at one of Dallas' largest stadiums, was part of Jin's first solo tour since completing his military service. Fan enthusiasm has peaked since its official announcement a few months ago, but no one expected that the emotional peak of the concert was not due to Jin's stage performance alone, but rather to one massive message from fans, longing for Jungkook, BTS's youngest member, who missed the tour. Video footage of the moment quickly spread on social media. In the clip that only lasted a few seconds, Jin's expression, which was originally full of smiles, slowly turned into sadness. He stood up and looked down as if avoiding the camera. At first glance, he could be seen wiping his eyes before continuing his performance. Several fans in the front row could also be heard chanting Jungkook's name, adding to the intensity of the emotional atmosphere going on inside the stadium. From the observation of the media team on site, whiteboards reading, "We miss JK," were secretly shared by the fan community before the concert began. This gesture turned out to have been designed long ago as a form of respect and a message of longing for Jungkook, who did not appear at Jin's concert, although his presence was highly anticipated. Surprisingly, the management did not have time to anticipate this action, making Jin's reaction very natural and unplanned. Jungkook's absence from the tour had previously sparked discussion, but there was no official statement from HYB's agency or Jungkook himself regarding the reason for his absence. Therefore, the message, "We miss JK," became a symbol of the collective feelings of the ARMY, who not only want to welcome Jin, but also miss the complete togetherness of the BTS members. Jin's emotional reaction was considered proof that he felt the same way. Many South Korean entertainment analysts rated the moment as one of the most emotionally powerful in the history of BTS members' solo concerts. It wasn't just a concert. It was a mirror of the depth of the relationship between Jin, Jungkook, and ARMY. When a spontaneous act of thousands of people is able to stop an artist's steps on stage, we are witnessing not just entertainment, but an incredibly complex emotional connection, said one pop culture commentator from Seoul. The concert organizers themselves did not immediately comment on this incident. But from continued observation, after the moment of "We miss JK," Jin had changed his tone in the next song, as if holding back emotions. One of the stage staff who was interviewed unofficially said that Jin returned backstage with red eyes and did not speak for several minutes before returning to perform. Speculation began to emerge among fans, ranging from allegations of personal tensions between Jin and Jungkook to more complex issues related to the agency's decision to regulate the members' participation in solo projects. However, until now, there has been no verified information to support these speculations. One thing is for sure. The moment was in the international spotlight and reinforced Jin's image as a sincere and sensitive figure to the support of his fans. Many international media outlets, from Japan to Brazil, reported this moment as one of the most influential emotional events in K-pop concerts this year. This incident also revived a long-standing discussion among ARMY about the importance of intermember connections and how management decisions could affect the emotional dynamics of not only the artist, but also his millions of fans. In various online forums, many soldiers admitted to crying when they saw Jin's reaction and stated that this incident proved that Jin and Jungkook's relationship was much deeper than just a colleague. Some fans even referred to this moment as a signal that the BTS members, despite undergoing individual projects, remain bound in an emotional bond that is difficult to describe in words. We don't need clarification from management. Jin's tears have explained everything, wrote one of the comments that got thousands of likes on X, formerly Twitter. Finally, the concert ended with a standing ovation, but the atmosphere still felt different. Fans went home full of emotion, not only because of Jin's performance, but because they felt they had delivered a message that reached right to the artist's heart. Jin's crying a form of longing, guilt, or a deeper message towards Jungkook and the agency. No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear, the message, "We miss JK," has become a new symbol of BTS's journey, and Jin has become a vivid witness of the power of such love from his fans. Loudspeaker, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get exclusive and in-depth updates about BTS, member solo concerts, and the development of inter-member relationships that are rarely revealed in the mainstream media. Stay tuned for more exclusive coverage, because the stories behind the scenes are often more real than they seem. But after the euphoria and tears subsided, one fundamental question arose. Is all this really real? Is Jin's cry on stage a pure reaction of an artist to the sea of love from fans? Or is it part of a carefully designed stage strategy to provoke emotions and media spotlight? In a world of entertainment that is now completely digitally connected, the line between reality and stage construction is increasingly blurred. Many of us watch videos of those moments on TikTok, YouTube, or short snippets on Twitter without fully knowing the context behind the scenes. How can we be sure that Jin's cry is something authentic, not part of a big script written by the production team? Or is it an honest reaction manipulated by camera angles and media narratives? Let's reflect. If indeed the "We Miss JK" movement is a spontaneous action of fans, why can it be done so neatly and simultaneously? How could a board bearing a uniform message spread widely without the intervention or at least the knowledge of the security or organizers? Isn't it more likely that there is a role behind this coordination? Or, if it was uncoordinated, how could the genie not have known of the action potential in advance? It's important to note, the information we present in this article is largely sourced from social media, platforms that, as we know, are very easily overwhelmed by emotional narratives, misinformation, even visual engineering. Viral videos that record Jin's reaction can be cut, given captions that direct the audience's emotions, or even misinterpreted. In a world where trending is often more important than the truth, are we as viewers just passive consumers of a show we don't actually fully understand? In some international forums, opinions began to emerge that question the motives behind the moment. Some people think that the appearance of the message, "We miss JK," precisely coincides with Jin's solo tour that should be the focus. Is this an attempt to bring Jungkook's name back into the narrative in order to boost concert attention? Or is it purely ARMY's sincere feelings that can't hide the longing for BTS's Magne? If so, why hasn't there been a single official statement from the agency regarding Jin's reaction or the reason for Jungkook's absence? Furthermore, is Jin's crying a form of silent criticism of management decisions? Or precisely the expression of the mental pressure of an idol who is constantly required to look perfect in an emotional condition that is not always stable? In the history of K-pop, we have seen how artists are often pressured to maintain a certain image. Is it possible that this is also the case with Jin? We do not claim to have answers to all these questions. But what needs to be emphasized is the importance of healthy doubts in responding to viral events like this. Why? Because behind the camera's glare and stunning visual effects, there is always the potential for manipulation, both on the part of the entertainment industry, the media, and from the audience themselves who choose to believe only in what they want to see. The event also led to an important discussion about the boundary between emotional honesty and media engineering in the K-pop industry. Was the genie's reaction pure and not contrived? Or is this part of a narrative that was deliberately formed in order to strengthen the image of the close relationship between BTS members? Are we as spectators really able to tell the difference between a sincere cry and one that is orchestrated as part of a performance? Some fans might say, "I believe Jin is crying because he really misses Jungkook." But is that belief based on facts? Or is it just our emotional desire to believe that their relationship is that complete? If Jin's crying is part of the media plan, does that mean that our feelings as spectators are also being taken advantage of? We also need to question, why is there no clarification from the agency? Are they willing to let the discussion continue? This strategy is not new in the world of artist promotion. In many cases, silence becomes precisely the most powerful tool for maintaining public attention. When there is no clarity, the public will continue to speculate, and the conversation will continue to live. Dear readers and viewers, we invite you all to not only consume information, but also reflect and question it. Is this news illustrating reality, or is it just part of a larger industry drama? Are the tears real, or are they just carefully played symbols? The information we display is indeed sourced from various public channels, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and other online media, but the truth still needs further verification. Don't let emotions be the sole arbiter of truth. The world of entertainment is a world where what is seen is not necessarily what is happening. Before you share this information further, ask yourself, am I spreading the truth or reinforcing the illusion? Do I want to believe because it's fun or because it's true? Are Jin's tears his? Or all of us who want to feel close to something that seems real, although not necessarily true? Loudspeaker, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more in-depth, analytical K-pop news updates, and not just follow the viral stream. We are here not only to convey information, but also to invite you to think. Because in the world of modern entertainment, critical is the only way to survive.